Alright everyone, this is John Michael for a new episode of GM Insect Discovery. And right now we're looking at some grasshoppers and locusts in my jungle vivarium. Sorry. If you're wondering what happened to it, well, I escaped it, and you should really look at the previous video to know a little bit more about that. But what I want to talk to you about today is the fact that I might have doomed the native bucket. The native bucket, I still have all of the minnows, but I lost a few sticklebacks this week, more early in the week, so now everything seems to be okay. But yeah, something happened today and I really want to talk to you about it. So as I was looking at the new grasshoppers and everything, I noticed that one of them was really acting weird. Like he wasn't dead, but he was really moving slowly, and he just didn't seem to be doing alright. So I thought, oh well, maybe it is due to the fact that the grass the grass is collected from my actual yard, and I was wondering if there was some pesticide on there, and that might have affected the grasshoppers. But I was looking at all the grasshoppers and everything seemed to be okay with all of them. So I decided to pick up the oddball and just test him. So he didn't jump when I catch him, didn't attempt to escape. He was really moving slowly, almost like a zombie. And I even put him in the water with the minnows, and the minnows really tried to eat him, but he was quite too big for them. And he wasn't swimming normally, and he wasn't even trying to escape or save his life. He was acting like a zombie. So seeing that, I just decided, well, let's end up his life in the most natural way by giving him to the minnows. And since he was too big for the minnows, I decided to cut him in a lot of little pieces. I know it sounds cruel, but in the contrary, it is a way for me to ensure myself that the suffering of the locust end really the most quickly as possible. But as I was putting all the little piece of the locust in the water, I noticed that from the abdomen of the locust, so the long section of the locust, these part right here, there was like multiple white long spaghetti things that were busting out of there, and they were probably parasite worms. They were definitely worms, and probably parasite. So I know that some parasites actually go inside locust as their first stage, and then they force their host to drown themselves once they are finished growing in that stage, and then they escape from the locust and live the rest of their life in the water. But I'm not sure if I'm not sure first of all of what type of parasite that was, and if it will affect the minnows, and also if other grasshoppers are infected. And it is pretty hard to tell, because yesterday that grasshopper was feeling really well. It was acting normally and even reproduce with another grasshopper. Some of them are actually reaching maturity, like this one eating right now, and the big one is also, well, not the same species, and this one is pretty much the only one of his species. But yeah, quite a few of the locusts are now adult, and they can reproduce. And I don't know if the parasite worm actually transmit itself from not cricket, but locust to locust, or even grasshoppers to grasshoppers. I don't know if their goal was to actually drown the locust, but since there isn't any water in there, the locust was just chilling in the grass waiting to die. But yeah, it's kind of really scary. Those type of worms, what they do is they actually attack the neuron system of the locust, and they actually make him move. And the locust or the grasshopper became like the slave of the parasite. And once the parasite have enough of the host, it just forces him to kill itself. So if I was to write a horror story, I would probably base it on insect, because the world of insect is pretty scary. Now the worst part is I don't know if my locusts or my minnows are infect. And by the time I saw the white worms busting out of the abdomen, it was too late. Many of the minnows and the sticklebacks had actually eat some of them. So if that was the goal of the worms, they pretty much succeed. And now I'm not sure if those minnows will suffer from that, or if there wasn't any relation between grasshoppers and minnows, so maybe the minnows are safe. But yeah, just think about it. A living worm inside of your stomach, slowly eating you from the inside and controlling your movements at one point. Scary. Anyway, thanks for watching. By the way, I can see Medusa around here. But yeah, there is a lot of glare and everything. And the light isn't good because it is pretty much the end of the day, and it was gray and stuff. So yeah, we don't really see it. But yeah, if you know anything about parasite, please let me know. Especially if it concerns locusts and grasshoppers. I really want to know if I should worry about either the grasshoppers or the minnows. I'm really glad my stick bug is in this little container, and I don't think Medusa will be affected by it, since Medusa don't eat the locusts or grasshoppers and have not really any interaction with them. But yeah, kind of scary to see that my baby grasshoppers that are becoming adult are actually carrying some freaky disease. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you real soon. Bye.